everybody. We are here for episode 15 of the Small Ball Podcast. We took a week off last week for Thanksgiving. Hope everybody had a good one. We'll talk about ours here in just a couple of minutes. I'm here with Chancy Rogers and Joe Gray. Joe's on the road as he normally is. We will check in with these guys and see what's going on. Chancy, what's up, man?
Happy late Thanksgiving, guys. Yep, we just what's the day? Tuesday. Yesterday, I was real tired from having a whole week off, and that's what these holidays does us. We're traveling back and forth. Got 7 different Thanksgiving events to go to. Yesterday, I needed really I went back to bed. I'm not even tell you how many hours I slept, but I had to. If not, I wouldn't be functioning today. But yeah, we're back at it, man.
Awesome. Joe, what's up, man?
Man, I don't know it. You know, done traveled about 8,000 miles in 2 weeks.
Working,
no, man, it was crazy. 10 minutes outside of Brooklyn. So
Brooklyn, Mississippi?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. You're almost home then.
I actually made it in the state line, you know, for the first time in about 2 weeks.
Awesome.
So, yeah, man, you know, everything's good. You know, I'm just trying to make sure. I just know this week I'm gonna try to make sure I have everything situated, and I'm getting actually back fired up and get the really ball going. You know, getting my swinging stuff ready. So, I'm gonna be basically practically around home a lot this week, and then also we got that state championship. For the Bird this weekend, you know.
Yeah. That's big, guys.
You know,
Hattiesburg Tigers playing for the ship,
man. You know, it's a good week. It's a good week. I think it's gonna be a real good week.
You coming out to the Rock Saturday night?
Man, I will be there.
Awesome.
I will be now. Look. I gotta do my hunting. You know, I've been slacking because I've been on the road, but I gotta hunt. I gotta hunt Friday and Saturday for sure. So, but I'm gonna be there.
We'll go ahead and knock this out then. The last time Hattiesburg High School was in the state football championship game was Joe's senior year, right? Or was it your junior year?
Yes, sir. It was a senior year. That is the year of champions, is what we call. But
because I was saying a few months later, y'all won the state baseball championship. And
we won.
Go ahead.
I think it was the girls basketball, the boys baseball, the Hattiesburg High track won.
Yep.
So, if I'm missing out someone else, you know, forgive me. But
football played for it. They were there.
Yeah, exactly. South State champions at least. You know?
We interviewed Snoop Connor. A couple weeks ago, the week after we had you on at halftime, we had Snoop on, and Snoop was the quarterback on that team.
Right
now, he's a year behind you. He was a junior that year, but Snoop went on to play football at Ole Miss, and then for the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Dallas Cowboys. So went on, and I assume you know Snoop pretty well.
Yeah, I know Snoop, man. Snoop's a good guy, man. He always been a thing, you know. But even in high school, you know, I knew he wasn't going to be a quarterback. Not to say he couldn't, but I'm just saying he had that ability to run the ball. You know, he was the best athlete on the field, and sometimes the best athlete on the field ends up being a quarterback. So
that's what you do. You put him at quarterback. You know, Snoop came in from, and we'll get off this in a minute. Snoop came in as a running back, and you know, he's told this story several times. He told it to me at halftime. He's told it on the coaches show we used to do. But he came in and he told Coach Vance. He said, "Look, hey, I can be a quarterback if you need me to be a quarterback." So Coach let him throw the ball. He let him practice at quarterback one day. It seems like it didn't go well. And so that season ended. Juju Connor was the quarterback at that time. You know Julian as well, probably.
Yeah.
He was the quarterback, and so he graduated, and it came around off season, and Coach was like, "Snoop, throw that ball," and he went and he he practiced a few times and it was much better. And, by the time Snoop was done, because people forget that year that we went to the state championship was his junior year. His senior year, we were actually better, a lot better. And we ran into a
100%.
buzzsaw in West Jones. We went undefeated in the playoffs. West Jones knocked us out. And
Right.
but Snoop was Mr. Football that year for 5A. He was very good, and Snoop was a very good quarterback. I mean, he could throw the ball. He was accurate. But yeah, Coach Vance, it was always understood that he was going to play Division I running back, and he did.
Right.
And did it well, and was drafted and went to the NFL, and he's still around. He still kind of knocks around the NFL a little bit, but we talked to him a good bit about scoring an NFL touchdown and doing those things, and he's done all that. And so that's the dream, man. We talk a lot of baseball on here, but man, for football players, for young kids, that's the dream right there, is to go score a touchdown in an NFL stadium.
100%, man. That's it. That's the pinnacle, bro. That's what they strive for. So
I know there's a lot of local folks who listen and watch. So Saturday night, 7:00, Hattiesburg Tigers take on Grenada in the 6A state championship game. We're going to try to win the gold ball and just walk it down Hardy Street back to the campus. So we get us a police escort, and we just walk that thing back to campus. So it's basically a home
100%.
game for us. But hope everybody can come out 7:00 and do that. All right, let's get to Chancy. You want to tell us about Thanksgiving, man? What was that like for you?
Congrats on the Hattiesburg High success, man. There's nothing like having that high school success, and looking back, especially Joe. He won a baseball state championship, and just feeling that feeling again. And you might know some of them, you might not, but you feel like you kin to them, you're part of them somehow. And I do that with my school as well. But yeah, thanks.
Chancy, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Chancy, you knew Dexter. You had a pretty close relationship with Dexter, and he was on that football team and that baseball team that year as well. So and you had connections to that too.
And I love that. Love seeing that the athletes it created, no doubt, and the excitement it created. And my high school won in 2003, baseball and football, and the guys that produced was pretty awesome. And I'm sure they'll have some classes come in the near future. The same. They had a really good team this year. Greene County did. They had a really good quarterback and some really good receivers, and I think they got beat Whitman. I don't forget who. I have to go look. They'll probably hammer me on this on my local people. But, they had a really good team. I watched them a little bit, but another team it's in it's Poplarville, the 4A, and we've got a Bulls player, Ty Keys, out of Poplarville. He's a 2027 grad, and he's got like 15 D1 offers. And
I heard that boy can run, boy. I heard he can run.
He can run. He's also a baseball player, Joe. He can hit it, and he can run, and he can throw it. His hands are really, really big, and I don't know what he's down as an athlete, of course. They do the same thing in Poplarville. They'll put him at quarterback and wildcatting. But he has a really good story of last year, how he started getting all these offers. Might get him on. Might be good for him to come on one time once the season is over.
100%.
But he's a kid that he's Dom's cousin. So everybody knows Dominic Griffith. He came over like when he was 11, 12, we don't know that because he was full-fledged at 12, so probably 10. And he was not a baseball player. He was an athlete and didn't even know how to throw the ball. He'll tell you that. And, got better and better every year. And I just tell him to come, I love having athletes to develop, that makes things a lot easier,
Yeah.
And so, but did not know that this was going to happen for the kid. And he was junior high, 8th grade. They bumped him up. And then 9th grade, he was doing JV. Somebody gets hurt. They bump him up and lights out. It was like gave me a ticket, and I'm gonna show you. And he did last year, and it's crazy. This year he's been hurt all year. He had broken collarbone, been hurt all year. Now he's finally back, and he showed out. He had something this week. He was player of the week for something. And, he's back in the right time, and they're shining. They're going to state championship. But, man, excited.
They got a tough draw now. They got to play West Point. And West Point, man, that's who beat Hattiesburg in that 17 year we were talking about.
So West Point dropped down to 4A?
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, it's gonna be
tough.
Hey, but here's the deal. I like that kind of stuff, Joe. For Ty, he's only a sophomore. No offense to the seniors and stuff. That's just more attention for him. I'm sure there's a lot of West Point guys, getting attention. So he'll get attention. Sorry, my dogs just ran in, loving on me. They've got Christmas sweaters on. I'll show you a picture.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, super pumped for Ty. I do think that I'm going to talk him into coming to Mississippi State so I can keep an eye on him. And also, I want him to play baseball. And I feel like I could talk Lamonis into just let him run bases at least. And, I think he's going to be able to throw it. His arm action, I got pictures and videos. I'll show Dwight Gooden with the Mets. Y'all remember Doc?
Mm-hmm.
He looks so much like him. It's ridiculous. And, he's just got that look. So anyway, hats off. High school football, high school state championships coming up is awesome. Rolling in.
Yeah, you got Gaucher and Heidelberg in it as well, who are somewhat local. But that Poplarville and Hattiesburg. I think Ty would look good in red and blue. Joe, you still got Bianco's number in your phone or what?
I mean, it's still in my phone now. It's still in my phone. But look, Chancy, I gotta be honest. If you want what's best for your boy, state ain't it. I gotta be honest. State ain't it, man.
We don't know that. We don't know that.
Starting Vegas is run down on that football field right now. Now when it comes to that baseball team, it's a different story.
We have the highest paid NFL player in the history right now. Dak Prescott.
I understand that. But guess what the Cowboys doing? No offense to Cowboy fans, but shoot.
You know what I'm saying? All right. I'm looking out for my boy. I'm looking out for my boy making that money.
Yeah.
Hey, now look. If they passing a check,
Matt Corral ain't doing nothing.
No, he's not.
Matt Corral ain't doing nothing.
Look. I'm a baseball player. All right. I'm a baseball player. Okay. I gave up that football field a while back. All right. But what I'm saying is, outside looking in, state ain't it. When it comes to that football.
Hold on. He's got offers from Oregon and Penn State. So, listen to me. Ty Keys ain't going to do good going to Oregon. Just know. One thing that keeps Ty Keys is his mama. His mama keeps him in line. Look, I don't even want him to go to Baton Rouge. I'm nervous about him going to Baton Rouge. They want him at Baton Rouge, too. So, I don't know.
Hey.
Sometimes it's about wins and losses.
By the time he's a senior, he'll have offers from everywhere.
Everywhere.
Coach Vance.
I'm glad he's got these options. We'll see.
Yeah.
We can't be influencers on that, I guess, but I'll take care of it.
Hattiesburg has a player named Tristan Keys. He's a 5-star wide receiver. He's a junior. He's the number 1 receiver in his class. He's the number 7 overall player in the country in his class. And Coach Vance always says when people ask him what offers he has, Coach Vance always says he's got an offer from everywhere that plays meaningful football. And that's how Ty Keys will be as well. He'll have an offer from everywhere that plays meaningful football.
No doubt. That's awesome. That's awesome.
I'll be real with you though. What we need to do, you know what I'm saying? Me, you know, we can't do this just openly. I just say it on the hindsight, you know. But if me and Charlie need to, you know, make a little call down in the Poplarville and give him to come to Hattiesburg for the last 2 years, we need to go ahead, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Make
he would
that a case.
he would be such a beast at playing at D.I. Patrick, man. You
know what, Charlie? You know what, Charlie? I just forgot. We got the main man right here who can make that call. That's crazy. We got big Big Honcho right here. Make that call. Hey, Hey, Keys. Come on, Keys.
Call him up, Chancy. Call him up.
The thing that would make that happen would Mama works for law enforcement. You get her a job in law enforcement.
Hey, they got police in Hattiesburg.
They do.
Shoot, she could be the resource officer right now.
The only other issue is baseball, and baseball has been a thing down there. Poplarville hasn't had the resources. I'm just going to blame it on the resources, but the development on the baseball side has not been there. But it's a football school.
Yeah, I mean, if we're talking about Hattiesburg, I don't know if you've ever met Joe Gray, but he won a state championship playing baseball at high school and was drafted straight out of high school. So I don't know. I don't know if you've met Joe Gray.
And you know, when it comes to the developmental side, you know, of things, we had a little bit of a twister, you know what I'm saying, dust storm come through about 2013, 2014. So now we were blessed by insurance with a very, very good set of batting cages and you know, a good locker room that's better than some college places, you know. So he definitely got the space to do it. He got the space to do it, Chancy. You just gotta talk to him.
I know. All right, let's talk Thanksgiving. I'm going back.
Oh yeah, we got off of that.
Back live on TikTok. Let's talk Thanksgiving. So traditional, whatever. I've got 7 different places we had to go to. We had a great time. But I'm gonna stick with the subject of football. Great football all week, and it got crazy. And we're gonna get in depth, but I'm gonna talk about the food and stuff before we get in depth about college football. You know, we had let's see, our first. Yeah,
Chancy froze up on us for a second.
Uh-oh.
Not here?
We can hear you now. Yeah, he froze up for a second.
Our first Thanksgiving rolled all the way to Sunday. Every single day we had something. Went to my dad's in Beaumont, Perry County. Went hunting, trying to get Nolan his first deer. We have not been successful. It's been a thing. But I mean, first buck. He got a doe last year. But yeah, he's buck fever all over the place. He's ready to roll. So we've been doing that. We went to my mom's. Went to Allie's grandmother's. We went to Friendsgiving at Anthony Bourne. Shout out Anthony Bourne.
Yeah.
South hunting. We watched the Egg Bowl there, so that was the deal, and
Bourne's a Rebel fan.
He is a Rebel. He is like a long time. His grandfather, but he graduated from Ole Miss. You know, he's one of them that really, really could truly cheer for and cry with them and everything. And went there, had a good event there, and then Saturday we went to over in Petal, went to Allie's grandmother's, then we drove to Starkville that night, and then came over in French Camp. Weir is I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but it's over in the woods west of Starkville, and had a Thanksgiving there. And so yeah, we that was Sunday. So that's why I said Monday I needed a nap, and I did.
Yeah,
we took a nap.
Absolutely. Joe, were you on the road for Thanksgiving, or you get to be home?
Yeah, man. I wasn't even. Yeah, I wasn't even home, man. I was in 21-degree weather in Minnesota.
Mm.
So yeah, your
Minnesota.
boy was up
What
there.
was you delivering? What was you delivering? I want to know that.
Man, I delivered two, no, three electrical regulators, but two of them were with one company, the other one with one, and yeah, it paid a pretty penny. But when I say I went up there unprepared, I went up there unprepared. Your
Yeah.
boy was stuck. Your boy was stuck.
So do
What?
you stay in a hotel when you go up there, or what do you do?
Yeah, I stayed in a hotel. Yeah, I stayed in a hotel. But I mean, the thing was that I went to sleep, woke up the next morning in 5 feet of snow, and
Mm-hmm.
I did not. I had nothing that I brought with me that was warm enough for me to even go out to my truck and try to defrost the truck. I was trying to step out the door, and all I could do was just shrivel. So
Mm-hmm.
your boy was stuck. You know what I mean?
I
So yeah,
understand.
that's what the case
I've
is.
been in Indianapolis one time, baseball convention. It was very cold. Me and Matt Miller. It was -8, and that
Oh my God.
yeah, that was the yeah, that was I've never felt that before. Which I never did like North Dakota and stuff. Like some of my buddies went to the oil field. They done that kind of stuff. Their beards would be like all like like brittle. Like it would break off and
Yeah.
crazy. I mean that's like crazy stuff to me.
So and that's not for Mississippi boys.
No.
Joe,
Oh
did
no,
you have to put like chains on the tires and stuff like that?
man. Luckily, so what I had to do, I did have a couple. I had a couple chains, which I'm supposed to keep. You're supposed to keep some chains, with you. So I had a couple
Mm-hmm.
chains, and I did put them on the front two, and then just get in forward drive. Because first of all, let me tell you, putting on one, my hands was already frozen. So trying to put on the other, I'm like, there's no way I'm putting on the third and the fourth. So I'm just like, I'm
Mm-hmm.
just gonna have to try to make this happen like this. And luckily I got out of the hotel parking lot, on the roads. The roads and the highways is the first thing that they try to go ahead and get cleared out. So once I got on the highway and interstate and I started heading back down south, um everything got better within time. But man, that was not fun. Even though I was up there for only 2 days, that wasn't the plan at all.
You learned a lot.
Yeah.
I definitely did. I definitely did. You know what I learned, man? I learned that I ain't built for that. That's what I learned.
So when you go on these trips, do you go out like to a restaurant, bar, anything like that?
Oh yeah. So one of the things is so every place I go, right? So when I got to Minnesota, I went by the Twins Field. Now, the good thing is I actually played in the Twins Field before, so that was a good memory to see again. But like, I stopped through Minnesota too on the way back coming into Tennessee. So that's where I just came from, Tennessee. Stopped by no, not Minnesota, Missouri. So I saw the Busch Stadium. I saw the
Mm-hmm.
Cardinal Stadium.
Cardinals. Yeah.
So like every place I
Live
stop at,
there.
I try to at least walk.
Well, I wish I knew you there. I'd had you a place to stay for sure.
What?
Chancey's got all kinds of connections in St. Louis.
Well, I mean,
Don't
he lives actually in St. Louis now. Talked to him the other night. Yeah, I lived there for a year. That's how I got into baseball. Was in Chesterfield, Missouri.
Damn, son.
Yeah.
Excuse my language. Excuse my language, kids.
You say
Excuse
damn.
my language,
You say
kids.
damn what it is. I mean,
Excuse my-
it's a
but
thing.
no, bro. Like seeing that stuff though. I'm not gonna lie. So I guess that's kind of my way of kind of seeing everything too. But at the same time, we gonna make it to where I'm playing. I'm playing now. Like I said, this week getting heavy in the swing of things. I wish you were here. Unless I got to come to Starkville.
No, you can come to Starkville. Look, you come I got a guest bedroom. You come hang out for the first half of the week, then ride back with me to Hattiesburg. You just come stay with me a week. I'll throw BP as much as you want. Of course, we got facilities both places now. But yeah, the facility up here is super nice. They also have a simulator, and they have like big boy machines where like once you start getting close, up here I can dial you into Paul Skeen's fastball if you need me to.
That's all good with me.
Yeah, so, don't embarrass Joe.
I'm just saying, no. I mean, that's what me and him do. Like, I mean, he'll tell you like we throw BP late at night at bank 42, and I'll ask him like, hey, what you want? You want more velo? I'm a pretty good BP thrower. I can throw a curveball. It's a 12-year-old curveball, but if you're trying to make adjustments, I can do it. I can throw a two-seam that's going to kind of sink a little bit. I can do whatever you need me to do, pretty much. I'm a BP guy. Never pitch, but I can throw what you need from 40 feet. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Right.
But that's what I do. But we can. But it's the simulators and it's crazy the technology. And Josh Cannon done a good job up here at SPC and has got the technology up here. It's pretty cool.
Well, and I've seen Joe hit it back 42. I just left from there. We had practice tonight, and so yeah, Joe, there's places for you to hit, man. Chancy, who's ace pitching performance? Is that
yeah? So where you see them on no, that's not. That's so okay. Ace pitching performance is Peyton Harris.
Okay.
Pitched at Oak Grove, went to Jones, then went to Alabama State. He actually pitched against Tennessee a couple years ago in a regional.
Okay. Peyton, he's on the Instagram.
Yeah, he was on my pre-show earlier. Peyton's a former player of mine. I coached him at 59. You remember Peyton Harris, Joe?
Yeah, I remember him.
Yeah,
he had a good fastball on him.
Yeah, and he was one of them that like he was 84, 85 in high school, kept creeping up, but he could pitch. He had a really good changeup. He done well at Jones. Went to Alabama State and really enjoyed it there. Met his wife. He's in Utah now. And when he was on earlier, he was telling me how cold it was in Utah. And but he's doing ace pitching performance, and I love it. I was talking on my pre-show about how it's so cool seeing those guys come back in circle, and they're training, and he's a great kid. I mean, my wife would always say like, "Oh wow, Peyton's a guy," and he's a father now. He's got a baby. I asked him to come on, like do the little join live deal earlier.
Yeah,
but he's got a baby, fresh baby, so he's a daddy now, and it's just cool, But yeah, he's up in Utah doing that, and proud of him. And he's an Oak Grove grad, and local boy, and he's making it. You know what I mean? So
what year was he?
So I'm gonna say 2017. I was probably wrong. I'm probably wrong. But that class was like Dickerson and McGillis. I'm pretty sure it was 2017 grad.
That would have been Joe. You were 18.
Yeah, I was a junior.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they were 17. Because we went to Memphis and won that tournament, and he was our number one. I remember my first showcase tournament coaching, and I'm like real prepared. I've got my pitchers lined out, and we're playing in New Orleans. It was the Marucci something.
He just commented that he was 17.
Yeah, pretty good. That's pretty good. I've been doing this a long time. If I can nail them years. So we was down in New Orleans. He'll remember this. UNO was there, and there's some colleges there. This is back when like they showed up to these events, and we were a 16U team, I believe. And anyway, Peyton comes on. We knew he was a good arm and everything, but he hasn't done anything in high school yet at this point. Like we don't know how good he is. We just see him in the facility. We knew how good he could be, but he's at Oak Grove, which is at the time was 6A school, and had a lot of arms and whatnot, and he wasn't their guy like the year before. And he rolls in, and Matt tells me, 65 pitch max. And so we're rolling. He's throwing a perfect game, and he's like at 50-something pitches. And so we roll into this like last inning, about the sixth inning, and I called Matt. I'm like, I'm nervous. This is my first showcase. I'm like, I know it's all about showcasing players. But this bug is throwing a perfect game, bro. Like,
yeah.
You
don't get that chance very often.
They're gonna be yelling at me, And luckily he gave up a hit, and I took him out right there. 65 pitches. He wasn't prepared for it. Like I said, it wasn't like he was throwing a lot of innings at Oak Grove the spring before. But to me, that signified his he got a lot of attention, definitely JUCO wise, and he went on to Jones and played a pivotal part there, and then Alabama State, he done a really good job, and I got to see him play on TV a lot. I mean, it was really cool. It's just one of them guys that wasn't 93 coming out of high school, and that it was easier. He just worked hard.
He just said that was his best game in high school by far. So you got to witness the best one.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. So
of course it doesn't. I mean, it's very hard to get much better than that. I guess the only thing is if he had completed the perfect game, but you get into the sixth inning.
He remembers that. It's cool. He remembers that for sure.
He'll remember that forever, probably. I mean,
he'll also remember that home run Tennessee hit off of him. There's a video of that on YouTube. I'm sure. Yeah, he'll probably laugh at that. He's laughing right now. I know.
That one will live in infamy.
Yeah, it went about 470. Yeah, it was one of it was big boy ones. But hey, part of it, they were they won the SWAC, and I guess he might correct me there, but they were the low seed. Tennessee was a high seed, obviously, and they had to play them first round of regional. Woo! It was rough.
Everybody gets some hit off of him now and then, but he said he's around 93 now, so better late than never.
The fact that he had an opportunity to get a bomb hit off of him is what I
just being in that position. Yeah, absolutely.
No doubt. Everybody got to see him do that. I think
I thought you were looking for the home. Oh, everybody got to see him do that.
No, he knows. He's laughing at me right now. I know. I love it.
Joe, you made it home.
Warehouse, what are you doing? Oh, we lost sound.
Can't hear you, Joe.
We lost sound, baby. You can hear us, though.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out what happened. Bluetooth or something happened. But
if you were talking through the mic on the truck, then that's probably it's still.
Yeah, he's figuring it out. He's gonna figure it out. Well, what I wanted to talk about during Thanksgiving was this college football.
I guess if you want to.
I do. I want to hear opinions because I've got my opinions.
Yeah. So the in fact, this is a good night because the CFP rankings came out tonight.
I watched it.
Yeah. So I looked at it a while ago, and obviously they've got Bama in. Now there's still one more week. The committee says that they're not going to take into account the results of the championship games, but they will take into account what happens in them, which is talking out of both sides of your mouth. I mean, look, I'm an Ole Miss guy. Yeah. I was disappointed, but you know what? People are mad about it. People talking about they got robbed, whatever. They didn't get robbed. If you have a shot, if you just don't lose to Kentucky. Kentucky went 1-7 in the SEC. You lost to Kentucky at home. And Florida. But even Florida's, they're decent. They're 600. They're a 500 team. They're 6-6, whatever. But Kentucky won maybe 3 games all year, 4 games maybe. You can't lose that game. And so it is what it is. I'm an Ole Miss guy. I hate that they aren't going to make it, but I'm also realistic enough to know that don't lose to Kentucky and you're in. If you don't lose to Kentucky, you're hosting. You're in the spot that Tennessee's in right now.
Yeah.
Tennessee jumped you when you lost.
That last loss, I hated it for them. Even though that was a lot tougher loss than Kentucky. I mean, that was you didn't know it at the time, but they'll be fine. It was a bad game. You just can't. You have to dominate on the rest of them, and I mean, I really did feel bad for them. But that's not what I was talking about. Of course, we're going to talk about it because we're a Mississippi-based podcast, and there's a lot of Ole Miss fans out there. I'm talking about college football in general, and the excitement, the negativity, the opinions, the fights. The flag stuff, and there's part of me that thinks it's awesome. There's a part of me that says it will never happen. Christmas present.
Can you check it? I need the box.
Okay, I know what it is.
No.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, you can't open it.
You getting Christmas presents right now?
Yeah, she's getting Christmas present. So she's getting one decent big present, but it's like a necessity present. And then I've done a lot of TikTok shopping and fun stuff this year. Every year, I'm a pretty good shopper. She'll tell you, like I'll randomly get something cool for her. But we like getting stuff that's needed. Like we hate getting unnecessary stuff. So sometimes we're like, oh, thanks, like we needed this, but it's not as exciting. But I'll find a way to make something exciting.
I'm terrible. I'm terrible at Christmas shopping. I'm awful at it. I have anxiety. I have anxiety anyway. And Christmas, the whole Christmas season just makes my anxiety go through the roof, man. It stresses me out. I got lucky. She does a great job of getting all the presents for everybody. Joe, you back? No, can't hear you. Something happened. You go look at your input. You're on a laptop? Well, I don't know. Just yes or no. But yeah, she does a good job. You look good. I know that. Like the lighting's really good right there. Hey. Yeah.
She buying for everybody. She'll text me if she can't figure out, a dad or stepdad or something, and I don't have to worry about a whole lot. But
so anyway, so back to I got you sidetracked. Back to the football stuff. So yeah, what's weird is obviously we're around the Egg Bowl every year, and hey, Nolan's here. What's up, Nolan? What are you wearing?
We're gonna get his opinion too.
You wearing Grinch? Are those Grinch PJs?
Grinch PJs, yep.
Oh, nice.
Right there, yeah.
Oh yeah, his heart grew 10 times bigger or something. That's how the Grinch goes.
2 times.
He loves
2 times. Oh, 2 times. There's Joe.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
we can hear you.
All right, we good now.
So we're around the Egg Bowl all the time, and there's always some kind of dust up. I mean, we've had guys acting like they're peeing in the end zones. We've had just fights. We've had all kinds of stuff. It's crazy. There were fights all over college football this week, and the Egg Bowl wasn't one of them. The Egg Bowl was as calm as it's ever been.
And that's insane.
I know. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of flag planting stuff. There's a lot of that stuff. And, that's it's kind of the mentality. That's kind of the way we're teaching kids to be now, right? You used to not be able to celebrate in high school, in college, the touchdown celebrations and all that. They let them do all that now. You see it. I call high school games every Friday night. You see touchdown celebrations in high school. We kind of teach kids now to flaunt and throw stuff in people's faces. And that's what it turns into because the other team doesn't like it. And, you can always do the whole, well, don't lose. And I get that. I completely get it.
Several people have said that. I watch the talk shows and stuff, but my main thing I want to ask, in everybody's opinion. So I watched, probably the most minor one was Alabama and Auburn, but it happened.
Mm-hmm.
And, Alabama and Auburn's had some significant games. I wrote a song. I wrote a song about one. I think it was 2018. Maybe it wasn't. I have to look back. Maybe it was 2012. It's when they ran the kickoff, the
kick six.
Yeah, and I wrote a song about it, and it's on YouTube. And it kind of went viral for a minute. My stepdad's a huge Alabama fan, but all that being said, I'm saying there's no way that happens if Nick Saban is a head coach. I'm just letting you know.
Mm-mm. No, I agree.
They'll be scared to death to do something like that. And so what I'm getting to is like there's a reason Saban is not coaching anymore. And I think this is part of the reason. And it's because kids are harder to control in that aspect because of NIL.
When you start paying them and you start giving them the opportunity to leave whenever they want to, right? It's a combination.
Nolan's got to go to bed.
Yeah.
I want Nolan's opinion. He's watched all of it. So did you see when they fought because they put the flags in the middle of the field with college football? What do you think about that?
I don't know.
You don't know? You don't want to tell him? You're going to be embarrassed now? All right, he didn't want to talk. I thought he would want to talk. But he's talked about it before. And I told, as a dad, he's a very competitive kid, and he does like to, when he makes a soccer goal, he does a dance and stuff. And, I try to explain to him, like, I don't mind that because you need, in my opinion, you need to feel good and celebrate when you succeed at something because that's going to make you want to do it again. That's going to make you have the confidence that you're going to do it again. And it's going to make you have the confidence that you're better than the guy next to you, all that stuff. And, and I just feel like there's a fine line without embarrassing somebody and being heard. I think there's a lot of turds out there that can't do anything, that just talk smack and can't do anything. But, like when Travis Hunter does his Heisman pose, like I kind of like it. It's just like, because he's better than everybody else. It's just like, do it, whatever. I'd still like him if he didn't do it. You know what I mean? Like, so it's not a thing. But like, if you suck and you do stuff, I don't like it.
Yeah. Well, there's a difference. And Joe, you can go right after me. There's a difference and we hear it in travel ball all the time. It's, hey, celebrate with your teammates, right? Celebrate yourself, celebrate with your team, but celebrate in a positive way, kind of toward yourselves. You don't have to
downgrade,
be derogatory or negative toward the other team. You don't have to flaunt it. Just celebrate it, and that's fine. Go ahead, Joe.
Oh no, I mean, that's just kind of like the unwritten rule, man. If you don't, you don't be that guy who sits on the bench all saying the whole game, and you're the first one. Now there's a fine line. Of course, you want to be a team player. You want to be that player that helps support and stuff like that. But don't be the guy who hasn't done a single thing all game, and you're over there, hitting backflips. You know what I'm saying, and wherever the case is. Now, if you don't put up, like you say, with Travis Hunter in his numbers, man, and it was crazy is that. Of course, Travis sometimes does some other stuff, but that simple Heisman pose after he does his thing. Oh, I mean, there's nothing else you can talk about. There's nothing else you can say, talk about, and it's really hard to hate. Hell,
and he's a Boise State fan. Is the only people that probably don't like it because of their guy. But no, like most people, and here's the deal: love them, hate them, whatever. I watch Colorado because it's very entertaining. And I want to see what Travis Hunter is going to do. And, I say, you can ask Allison. I say this all the time. I think football needs to add a and one, like basketball, where they get fouled and they get the point. Travis Hunter, I think that it needs to be the Travis Hunter rule. He catches so many pass interference balls. He got, pulled on something, and he still it. I think he should get it plus 15 yards.
Man, I'll be honest with you.
Like an and one. And I think, I love that kind of stuff because it shows me the relent. I mean, he's 6'2", 170 pounds. It's not like this dude is a freak athlete. I mean, he is a freak athlete, but he's not like a freak specimen that can't be beat. What wins with him is right here. His determination and he's put in the reps, and Deion will tell you all the stuff he does, but I think that's what separates him. It's what separated Deion and Bo Jackson and some of these other guys is just the mental capability and the mental determination. Like, I think I talked about this last time about Deion talking about his his mom and stuff on Hall of Fame. I love that determination because it separates everything. But the way this rolls into baseball, Joe, and Charlie's seen it too in the youth level, because I've coached his son, I've coached the team. I get so mad at like players dissing the pitcher or dissing the other team or whatever. Like, cheer on your team, celebrate when your team does good. Don't look. Pitcher's got a big butt is eliminated at the same time. You can't do that kind of stuff. You can't call their name, and I hate when a ball's hitting the air and the moms are yelling out, "Miss it, miss it, miss it, miss it." You're cheering for the other team to fail so your child can succeed. You would just cheer for your child to succeed. It's easy.
Yeah.
We were playing. There's a difference in the pro level and the youth level and the high school. We're playing a team, just a real life example with Jackson. We were playing a team in the fall, one of those tournaments. We're in the championship game, and he's playing third. Ball gets hit to him at third. He fields it, and right as he's throwing it, a dad, and this guy is actually a coach at a local high school. A dad yells, "Boot it!" right when he's throwing it. And I mean, and he didn't pay any attention. He probably didn't even hear it. He threw the ball, got the out, whatever. It wasn't a big deal. But I'm just thinking, like, you're a grown man yelling, "Boot it" at an 11-year-old trying to make a play on the baseball field. Like, I mean, come on, man.
Yeah. I mean, look, that's a parent, and to speak on like the parents and that whole thing is very similar to what Chauncey was saying. I mean, it really does come down to, what? Let me just channel my energy to making sure I cheer on my kid. And if you're not cheering on your kid, cheer on the team that your kid plays on, rather than it being, like you said, as soon as the ball goes up, it's miss it, like you're a kid and
I got it.
yeah, like you're a kid. Like when we played West Jones, my high school year,
I was there.
they had a full student section. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
They had a
easy now. I'm a West Jones. I'm a West Jones guy, right?
Hey, I don't care what you are. You rep Hattiesburg now, so I don't know what you talking about.
I was at Hattiesburg High during the West Jones game.
Look, but like at West Jones, man, they had a full student section, and every single time the ball went up, man, they were saying some crazy stuff. You know what I mean? But that's understandable. Like that's stuff I had to deal with as fans. Even in the my league, my league side, like, bro, if Google lets them see anything with your family, you are screwed. Because I remember my second year of pro ball, I was playing in low A, and right before they switched high A, so playing in Carolina, we was in Fayetteville, North Carolina, I believe, yeah. So long story short, man, this group of like military guys come out of nowhere and they're like, great. So who's Cheryl? Which is my mom's name. I'm like, I'm like in center field trying to, be ready. And I'm looking back like, how you find out my mom's name? You know what I'm saying? But like, it's just crazy though. I just had to say, I know I went on a little rant, but like it happens on all fronts.
And I promise you, West Jones fans say that Hattiesburg High fans were saying all kind of stuff.
Right, exactly.
Because I was at that game, I promise you, and there was some altercations in the stands during that game, and I do remember the game. We're going to talk about that probably in another podcast.
Well, and Trey got thrown out of that game.
Yeah,
Sutton. Yeah,
it was a very emotional game, but it was beautiful on my side because I knew players on both teams, and it was a beautiful thing. But we'll talk about that later. But I love the competitiveness, the Baker Mayfield. They asked Baker about it. I love all that. But then, like, I'm a Texas fan because my dad my dad raises Longhorns because of Texas Longhorns. Now they're SEC, so it's weird for me. Like I used to say I'm a Texas fan, and nobody cared. Now they care because they're SEC. But like, hold on, I had this on. Oh, hold on. Give me that hat.
What hat?
Hold on. I had this whole outfit on just for you, Cowboy Joe.
Hey, I like it.
I had this all on the other night, but my dad raised them, and so it's a go on, unless you're gonna say something.
I'm not saying anything.
You're not gonna say anything,
No.
but the whole horns down, the everything. What I'm doing here.
Well, Baker planted a flag when he was at Oklahoma too. He did that.
Oh yeah. They call him the OG of flag playing.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, let them play, and he talked about the banding the horns down, and I watched the interview. It's a thing. It's a thing. I love it, but the Texas coach, like they were going to do it at 8 a.m. They were going to do something. They were on the logo. And he went and pulled them off. It's on YouTube. He talked.
Yeah, he had a quote. I read the quote today. I'll look it up while y'all are talking.
And I kind of like that. I kind of like. He kind of pretty much like, look, we were expected to beat them. We beat them. Leave it alone. And that's the way I took it. And I don't know what the quote was, but
he said. He said, "There's a way to win it with class. I just don't think it was the right thing to do. We shouldn't be planting flags on their logo."
That'll get banned. They'll get a serious ban next year for that, or a serious fine, whatever.
100%, because it's too.
Well, some of it got real physical.
Yeah,
there were players that got pepper sprayed in the Michigan Ohio State game that cops started pepper spraying players.
That was the bad one. And I get it. And you almost get it. It's a frustrating year for Michigan. Massive win. But come on. We won 3 games or whatever.
It's too much of an emotional stake, the flag planting is one thing to talk noise across the field or you talk throughout the whole game, but kind of like you said, you won 3 games, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like I you look at it, it's a rival, this and that, blah blah blah, but at the end of the day, man, your season is in shambles. All right, that would be the same as if State going to Ole Miss, and gotta be honest about your boys, but if State won, the Egg Bowl at Ole Miss, and they want to go plant a flag, it'd just be like, bro, what's the purpose?
Yeah, I mean,
it's.
I don't think Levy would let them. I think Levy's a different kind of coach too. I think this new era of coaches, it's hard for the old school, it's hard for Sabins.
Yeah,
those type of guys, but man,
bringing it back to what you were saying is the NIL and being able to leave when you want causes coaches to have to deal with some of that stuff. And that's why Saban got out. That's why you see a lot of guys going to coach in the NFL or either just getting out completely. It's ridiculous. But that's the kind of stuff that you're going to see probably more and more of because players, 1, are getting paid, and 2, if they don't like what's going on where they are, they can leave. And so coaches are scared. Yeah, coaches are scared to make them mad because they'll leave. I'm surprised Sarkisian did what he did and said what he said because it's probably going to cause a player to leave.
Yeah, and that's a sad. It's like you have to adjust the way you coach, but I think you're just going to have to. And we talked about this in basketball, like Mississippi State's women's basketball are 9-0, and you have to be able to create a culture within a year, within instead of like 3 years. Hey, I'm
Mm-hmm.
rebuilding, whatever. There's no rebuilding. You have to have what you have. If you suck, they're going to leave. If you're good and they don't play, they're going to leave. If you're good and they don't like you, they're going to leave. It just is what it is. And you just gotta. I mean, there's nothing you can do about that at all. And I think that's where we're at. I mean,
coaches spend a lot of time pacifying players now, when used to they would be hard on them. They would coach hard and they wouldn't worry about that stuff. But now they can't coach hard, which is, again, why Saban's not doing what he's doing. He's talking on TV now.
Right.
And I think he does a great job at that, by the way. But you have to pacify players. You have to think about feelings. You have to think about, well, if I don't play this guy, a quarter every game, is he going to leave? You used to have to worry about that.
So I've got guys. I've got some guys lined up. I know it takes Shaw, so we might have a guest on. But I've got some baseball players, and I've got some SEC guys that's getting a taste of the NIL. I'd love to dab in that and see their opinion. And now I've got some that's pretty smart. I'd love to get a mixture of them. And I love to bring on some, like, after basketball season, we're close with a couple of basketball players doing well here. I love to get that, because we're able to talk about it and have our opinions. We're not in it,
Right.
If we're able to talk to somebody that's in it, even Joe didn't get to experience that. He got
Not at all. I wish I would have.
Which is different, where, you're getting paid and, you're going to get traded or you're going to get this. But you're getting you get drafted, you're getting that money no matter what, and that's a different kind of thing. Where in this NIL stuff, they can promise you this, promise you that, and not get this. Then it doesn't work out and you leave. It's like Mississippi State. So we've got a quarterback that's hurt. He's getting paid. We got a quarterback that came in that's a freshman, Van Buren, who's advertised that he's pretty good. Guess what? We're gonna pay for 2 quarterbacks next year. Van Buren's gone. I promise.
Yeah,
somebody's gonna pay.
That's a problem for State. That's what I was gonna say. Is he's probably not staying.
No, we can't afford 2 quarterbacks now. Texas can, and they have.
Yeah,
but that other quarterback, they don't have to do anything to get NIL for him. All he's got to do is walk into any business. It doesn't matter. He has a last name. So that's kind of a luck draw in a sense. And he will stay there until it's his time, and he'll win a national championship, in my opinion, if they keep enough players around him.
Texas could pay him anyway. It's to your point, Texas could pay him anyway. I mean, even if he wasn't a Manning. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He's good.
When he ran that touchdown the other day, I was like, you were like, what's his name from Buffalo?
Josh Allen.
Oh my! When Josh ran that, and then he ran that, just that big, strong, like big thighs, just like you ain't tackling me, bro.
Yeah, Arch plays a lot like Archie. He doesn't really play anything like Peyton or Eli. Yeah, he plays a lot like Archie. Yeah,
totally different bills too, man.
Yeah. Archie was kind of before his time, right? He was Lamar Jackson and those guys before you had quarterbacks like that.
Yeah.
And so Arch plays more like that. He's a great runner. We started this show off talking about Snoop Connor and those guys. I asked Snoop about NIL when we interviewed him, and he was kind of like Joe. He was like, man, I never had an opportunity to do that. He went into the draft after his junior season. He said that he had the opportunity to come back his senior year and get a little bit of NIL money, but that was at the very beginning of it, and it wasn't really worth it for him. But he's another one that was like, man, I just missed it by a year or two, and some of those guys.
So many of them. I mean, there's so many of them. You look at the baseball players here at State. You look at Mangum, Jake Mangum.
Yeah,
Jake Mangum. Like every person that is a Mississippi State fan would have paid him because he was so loved. If Jake, I think he's on the roster now, but if he makes it to the big leagues, it don't matter of how his popularity. Tim Tebow is another one. Everybody in the country,
for sure.
Tim Tebow, I'm saying guys that didn't make the money in pro ball or might not make the money. Like Jake has a podcast too. It's called State of Mind. He does a really great job. Good Lord. There's another one coming out that they've got him doing all kinds of stuff. I don't think he's retired yet, but like during the off season, that he's making money right now. But if they would have done that back when he was the mayor here, and I'm saying that because we're here and I'm able to really kind of set into what this community is.
But those guys are in every college town.
Oh, no doubt. Like what's his name for Ole Miss?
JJ Pegues.
No, the big boy, mustache. Big one, the hit mom.
Oh, you're talking about Tim Elko, baseball. You're talking about Tim Elko.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Tim. You talk about Tim. You got Kessinger. You got
I think Tim Elko would have got paid a lot of money.
They built the man a statue. He has a statue outside Swayze Field. I mean, yeah.
I mean,
yeah, for sure.
So popular, and I don't know what Jackson Dart makes, but I'm sure he's popular. I try to get my sister graduated from Ole Miss. I try to get her to date him. She graduated last year. When she was Miss Mississippi, she was in top 10 Miss Mississippi. So she could have done it, but she was scared. Quit being scared. She was like, he's shorter than me. She's tall.
Oh God.
Yeah, and I was like, it don't matter. It don't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Drake, if you hear this, I'm sorry. Drake is his boyfriend. Drake was also a dude, mind you. He was a quarterback. Could have got drafted by the Dodgers. He was a lefty. He was an Otani at Mississippi Gulf Coast. He played DH and is left-handed pitcher.
She's on here, Chancy. She said thanks, Chancy.
Did she say that really?
Yeah. Talk about McKay.
Yeah. Did she say something?
She did on Facebook. She said thanks, Chancy.
I love it.
Oh,
all right. So I'm glad she's on here.
There it is.
Because guess what, McKay? Stay on here. Here's the thing. This is full circle. This podcast is so beautiful. McKay Lee Bray.
Look at her.
Yeah, McKay Lee Bray right there. She's beautiful. She's my sister. I'm proud of her. She's done a lot of great things. She's a songwriter, all kinds of stuff. But she is over something marketing at a hospital over in George County. That doesn't matter, but she's done great to do that. That's what she got a degree in. But she started her own business. She has a side gig, and it does embroidery stuff, and she done a thing for the Bulls, and she wanted to launch her own. And she came to me because I'm the creative sibling and wanted a name. So I named it. I gave her Magnolia Merch, and I gave her a little Mississippi. Wow. And I like that merch, like people like saying merch. And usually she don't, like me and her try to write songs together and stuff. She don't like my ideas, but she stuck with it, and it's beautiful. That double M is great. But Magnolia Merch, guys, is creating merch for Small Ball Podcast.
Ooh.
I got y'all something coming. I got y'all something good coming. I'm excited. She showed me. I told her to send me something today, and I'd send it to Charlie so he could post it. But it's coming. It's going to be beautiful. We're going to have some like tumblers and some hats and stuff, and I'm going to get her to recreate our T-shirts and stuff like that. And she's doing another thing with my outdoors, Miss Tex Outdoors. So, Joe, if you don't have somebody, look. She's gonna make it easy on us if you allow it. She's gonna make a little money, but we're gonna make a little money too. But I'm very proud of her for doing side gigs. I think everybody needs a side gig. So hats off.
For sure, I agree. I mean, look at what I'm doing.
No doubt. No. I can brag on you all day. As long as you don't quit doing what you're doing, I'm gonna brag on you all day. I watch a guy named Daniel Arms, who's a former highway patrolman. He just has a YouTube thing. And he said that. He said, I think everybody needs a side gig. And I just appreciate that, like to have that mentality. So I have fussed at my sister a lot. She was valedictorian, songwriter, can sing, beautiful, good Lord have mercy. Every opportunity in the world. And, I fuss at her when, maybe opportunities she don't follow through with. But been proud of her lately, so I think she needs to hear that. And There we go. Thanks, Chancy. Yeah, at least I get some. I tried. So, but anyway, Magnolia merch. I don't have any links. I don't know if she's on Facebook or not. But we're gonna do a whole show. Me and her trading out some stuff. She's gonna sponsor the show with Magnolia merch. It's gonna be tight. And so we got some cool stuff coming. We got some leather patch. Ooh, all black. It looks good, Joe.
Hey, I'm with it. I'm with it. Charlie, I got a question for you. Can you hear me?
Can't hear Charlie.
You can't hear Charlie. Charlie.
Charlie's our tech guy, usually all over, got like on it. I don't know this TikTok. It's just been sitting here, Joe.
Yeah.
I've got 2.2K likes.
Ooh.
It's just sitting here and it's just listening to us. Like people like tune
Yeah.
in. I mean, like on TikTok, people will watch people like grind saws. I mean, it's just crazy.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I can.
I had to change my mic. I guess my mic's not working. What question you got for me, Joe?
Man, so this is, I guess you could say street gossip, where the case is.
Uh-oh.
But
Okay.
just looking on my my Facebook earlier, the last like few days. Now we keep this short. Just keep this short,
Okay.
but or maybe we talk about this, some other time, like after the season. But
Okay.
a lot of people was bringing up the question: who is the best wide receiver to come through Hattiesburg High?
Uh-oh.
And that question is being thrown out hard in the last 3 days. And obviously you know why, because you got a kid over there that's going absolutely
Tristan
bonkers,
Keys. Mm-hmm.
and he's not even out of high school yet.
Yeah,
So
he's a junior. He's only a junior. He's got another year. He's the
exactly
number one receiver in the 2026 class. He's a 5-star. He's the number 7 player overall in that class. Yeah.
right. So tell me this. You already gave the answer, but if you were to say you had a top 3 list of wide receivers that came through Hattiesburg, would he be in that top 3 right now
So
without even finishing school?
yeah, so you have to remember, I've only been around Hattiesburg for about 9 years.
Okay.
So in my time, yes, absolutely, he would be up there. There was a kid who's probably a little older than you, went to Tennessee.
Jordan Murphy
Jordan Murphy. Jordan Murphy in high school was a beast. He was a
was a
beast.
dog. Straight
Yeah, I
dog.
mean, you throw the ball to him, and I mean, they came back from like a 4-touchdown deficit against Laurel in a matter
I
of
was
like
there.
5 minutes. Yeah, like 5 minutes, because they just kept throwing to Jordan Murphy and nobody could cover him.
That's what I'm saying. So
Then they had a guy named Darius Ruffin. Ruffin played with Snoop Connor, and
mhm.
dude had huge hands, and he could make all kinds of catches. He would go across the field. Jordan Murphy, Tristan Keys, those are big guys that you kind of throw to on the edge. Darius Ruffin was a smaller guy that would go across the middle, and he would just catch
good
everything.
slot. He was
Yeah.
a crazy good slot receiver there.
Yeah.
And
So
in
to
my
answer your
time,
question, I would put Tristan Keys. Absolutely, I'd put Tristan. Now, this is a question for, I know Jerome Brown. He's Hattiesburg through and through. He's my radio partner. He does radio with me, and that would be a good question for him. And so I'll ask him kind of who his top.
because me
receivers would
personally,
be.
man, I'm telling you, man, they over there. I ain't saying no name, no none of that. But they over there, man. They just going back and forth, man. It sparked the question. What you got?
Let me tell you where you find out. And I learned this last week or the week before. My mother-in-law asked me to go to Southern Seafood. Y'all know where I'm talking about? Southern Seafood right there, downtown Hattiesburg.
Yep.
Metal bypass. And I went in there and she wanted some gumbo, like to go. You get tubs of it. Well, I went in there and I said, well, I hadn't ate lunch yet. I said, I'll just eat lunch here. I sat down and ate lunch. And guess what? they were gossiping about all that Hattiesburg High, who's good. That one of the kickers' moms was in there. It was like I was in the hands, bro. I was like, this is pretty cool. I wish I had Joe or Charlie because I don't know these kids. It's not my generation,
Right.
but it was so cool. I felt like I was like back in the '80s, and like it was the gossip hour about high school football, and
Yeah.
it was awesome.
Yeah, now Hattiesburg also has a guy they inducted into the Hattiesburg Hall of Fame a few years ago, and I'm blanking on his name, so I'm trying to look it up. But he's a guy that played in the NFL, was a receiver, played in the NFL, and has Hall of Fame numbers. Like there's no reason that he's not in the Hall of Fame, and I'm completely missing on his name. I've interviewed him at halftime before.
Jeez, you need me and you both need to know this name.
Yeah. Oh crap! I'll think of it. Y'all talk about something. I'll get it in a minute.
I mean, I'll just finish this. I just finished that. I think kind of like with you when you said, you only been around Hattiesburg for, 9 years. Technically the time that I started to understand athletes, in front of me or, ahead of me was in the same range of 9 years. So for me, my top three would be somewhat, Murphy, Brandon
Mm-hmm.
Acker, pure wide receiver, Brandon Acker, because you could say Tony Bridges, but I consider him an athlete. He played both sides of the ball. You know what I'm saying? So I
Mm-hmm.
think he's the number one athlete, Tony Bridges, when it comes to both sides of the ball at the football field. But Keys is in that top three, and he ain't even out of school yet. So
Well,
Harold Jackson. Harold
oh
Jackson
yeah,
played. He played at Hattiesburg High School. He played for Jackson State, and then he played for the Rams. He was drafted in the 12th round. That was a long time ago in the '68 draft.
mm,
Um, he was first team All Pro in '73. He played in 5 Pro Bowls. He finished with over 10,000 yards, 76 touchdowns in 200 games.
yeah.
But in that time, those are Hall of Fame numbers, and there's really, it's a debate with a lot of people about why he's not in the Hall of Fame. But yeah, that's who I was thinking of. 5 Pro Bowls,
Sheesh,
All
he
Pro in
needs to be in the Hall of
'73.
Fame. Yeah, he
Yeah,
needs to be in the Hall of Fame for
so
sure.
we interviewed him the year he was inducted into the Hattiesburg High School Hall of Fame.
oh,
He was first team All Pro in '73. He was 2 times second team All Pro, 5 Pro Bowls, NFL's reception leader, 2-time NFL receiving yards leader, 69-72, NFL receiving touchdowns leader. He had some of those. He still had some of those records up until just fairly recently.
Shoot,
Anyway,
man.
well, speaking of two-way, who's winning the Heisman?
Oh,
I think
bro.
I think it's gonna be. I think it's gonna end up being. I'm reading Harold Jackson stuff now. I think it's gonna end up being Travis Hunter.
Yeah, I don't. If it's not Travis Hunter, if it's I guess Jetty.
Oh, the Ginty guy from Boise.
Yeah. Then yeah, it would be.
I don't know who else it could
Dion
be.
might lose his mind.
Yeah, I don't know who else it could be. I mean, there was some talk at Dylan Gabriel was up there at one time.
Right.
He's not gonna win it. I mean, it's gotta be Hunter or Ginty, I would think.
TikTok, can you hear the podcast through the computer? Oh, I'm sorry, I'm messing y'all up.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I'm telling you how crazy. I've got 2.2K already. And
Oh
I've got
wow.
local people, but I think they wouldn't stay on if they wouldn't hear and. No, they're not. I mean, it's about like this. It'll go up to 20, and then they go up down to 2 to 3. People are not going to stay forever, but they'll come in. They've commented. And one of my high school classmates commented and said Travis Hunter has the win. But yeah, Travis should. I think he, this last game, it was Dion was so mad about the Jim Thorpe award. Him not being nominated in the first series, he gets a pick. And
I think Jackson Dart. Pretty sure Jackson Dart won the Connerly tonight, which is the number one.
That's happening now.
I think it happened tonight. Yeah, he's number one
All
player.
All those awards or just some
in the state? No, I think just the Connerly. That's just the Mississippi best player in Mississippi. He won that, which was kind of a given. There was no question he was going to win that one.
Oh, Dart, Jackson Dart.
Yeah. You disagree, Joe? Think somebody else should have won it?
No, not at all. No. Even though that kid came in gunslinging, man, that kid came gunslinging. He stepped up.
You know what I saw today, guys? Mississippi, talking about Mississippi quarterbacks, is Reggie Collier.
Reggie Collier?
Yeah,
that's another Hattiesburg legend.
All right, Brett Favre has it was on TikTok, and Brett Favre was talking about watching him at Southern Miss, and then they were showing videos of him. I've never seen videos of him.
Of Reggie Collier?
Oh yeah. He could throw the piss out of it, but of course he could run. He could run. Mm-hmm. He was so big. It looked like the way that his pads and stuff were, he didn't look like a quarterback. He was tall and it was weird looking the way they had him. But when he ran, all you saw was legs. Just
mm-hmm.
But through it, all you saw was arms. And it was like, holy crap.
Mm-hmm.
I understand. I hear his name and I know it's a legend and stuff, but I've never seen videos of him. That was perfect.
I never have either. I'm gonna have to watch that. I never watched that.
I'm telling you, I saw it on TikTok today.
Yeah, I don't know why. I have, but I have seen some videos of him.
He looks like a 6'7" Patrick Mahomes or something.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I tell you what. No. He looks more like Ravens.
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson. He looks like a 6'7", about 100 more pounds on him. Lamar Jackson's a little skinny, but the way when Lamar throws it, how looks like a pitcher throwing 97. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Long action. And then when he runs, it's a freakish, but he looks like a bigger, thicker Lamar Jackson.
Hey man, freak athletes, man. You always hear, that saying they don't make them like that no more. Well, obviously you got dogs, man. You got guys 260 being able to run 4.5s, 4.4 now. So you can't necessarily say that, but it is evident like back then.
Ole Miss has got whatever y'all that.
Chancy got fired up when we lost him.
Yeah, he was finna talk some noise. That's what he finna do. He finna talk that noise.
Say that again. Say that again, Chancy. You froze up.
No, I'm talking about y'all's the play that Lane Kiffin done a line of cocaine.
Yeah, he want to talk some noise right now, Charlie. He want to talk noise, but it's stopping him.
Hold on. He said, let's let whatever his name is run the ball 4 times. Oh.
Yeah. You talking about Pegues?
Yeah, the big your lineman
that
runs the ball.
JJ Pegues. Yeah. Well, they don't have a running back. That's been their downfall all seasons. They don't have a running back.
Hats off.
They can't establish a run.
No, they let Quinshawn go, and they didn't replace him with anybody. All right, we got this thing. We got to wrap this up. So, any final thoughts, guys?
Well, I got
Asbury about 30.
Uh-oh.
By 30? It was 40 last time.
Man, look, bro. Look, because I made a little side bet with my own family member. You know what I'm saying? And I said Hattiesburg about 20 to get picked.
You got a family member betting against Hattiesburg?
Man, let me tell you, look, he's just weird, okay?
Okay. All right.
He had this little thing once again, I fell for it. The Facebook trap. All right. He goes on Facebook one morning. Matter of fact, it was the Wednesday morning before. Goes on Facebook and he starts putting out the South State South State championship games. This man had, he had a lot of picks that I was reasonably. Oh, I'm like, oh, I can believe that. Except he gets to Picayune Hattiesburg. He says Picayune. So I DM'd him. I said, man, what is wrong with you? You know what I mean? What is wrong with you? And basically, I said I got Hattiesburg about 20, and the game ended up being a little closer, but we got the win. So I'm going 30 though. I think they get out there, they handle their business. You got the fans at home, you got the whole crowd, this and that. We just take over the rock. No offense to USM, but we gonna actually put fans in there, for the first time.
Mayor Barker.
That definitely.
We talked to Mayor Barker at halftime of the Picayune game, and he actually said that too. He said we may actually fill it up.
Yeah, we gonna put some fans in there, and we gonna rock out, man. Hopefully Chancy be watching.
I'm gonna be watching. I'm coming back to Starkville this week. We've been gone way too much for Thanksgiving, but we'll be back to Starkville this weekend. Is I think the game plan. But I want to know where are you at with, like, it looks like you're like in a warehouse.
No. I'm in my apartment. It's like a loft style apartment. It's very open. So,
well, can you say what city that is in?
Oh, it's in Hattiesburg.
Is it?
Yeah, it's in Hattiesburg.
Downtown?
In the Bird, man.
Yep.
Oh, okay. I know you. Me and you talk later. Yeah, I might need to come stay with you sometime.
Come on.
We make it happen.
Come on, Chancy.
You know how to play poker?
You say, do I know how to play poker?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm learning. I'm learning, so you can bust my chops the whole night.
I was going to say those are the best ones to take advantage of right there.
We used to run poker games down there. Reason I'm asking. No, I ain't worried about. I'm not really worried about how to play poker. We'll talk later.
Joe, you're a spades guy.
Hey, look, you said spades.
Yeah.
Honestly, no, man. I wasn't. Really? I didn't catch on to the spades train. I didn't catch on to the spades train.
Oh, they play games. He played baseball.
My teammates taught me the poker thing.
Mm-hmm.
While they were taking advantage of me, so you gotta
understand. They taught you because they wanted
yeah. They were taking my cash. They were taking the bank.
Me and you going to casino soon. This is what we need to do. You need to plan a week where you don't have to, hot shot stuff. Come stay with me. We'll go to Philadelphia. We'll do the casino in Philadelphia. Stay in a nice room. They got nice stuff over there. It's in the middle of nowhere, but it's nice. We'll do baseball up here. We'll figure out a way to make a little money, and then we'll roll back down south, and we'll do baseball there, and then we'll go to the coast and do casino again.
Hey, listen, I don't like to lose. You give me?
I know, but you like life. It's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle with a break.
So it's about if I can learn a system that cuts the losses, then we can talk on. Because I'm too green.
Poker is the only way. Poker is the only way. The rest of it, the house has an advantage, of course.
They didn't build those casinos by losing money, right? They didn't build those casinos by letting you win, Joe. I mean, you very rarely beat the house.
Yeah. Poker is the only thing that I gotta do this perfect. TikTok has this thing where you got to do the puzzle to keep going. But I've had a lot of people on here, a lot of people that wasn't following me. Like I guess because it's like local. It's weird how this anyway. I'm looking at former players, all that stuff that's on TikTok. It just, if you go long enough, it spreads it out on TikTok. Crazy. So yeah, we gotta figure out the TikTok situation. Sure. This is fine for me, but I'd love to get a podcast thing going, and I'm gonna do some clips. We need to find a guy that would do clips and make it.
We need McKay to do it. McKay is.
Whew. Yeah,
She's
McKay
talented.
is busy. She's busy, but she's talented. She can do stuff. Like we've done all kinds. I have to send y'all some stuff that McKay's done, but she's here's the deal. She's experiencing adulthood and is kicking her tail a little bit, but she hit it on like she didn't hit it like a lot of these millennials do. It just well, I guess I'll do this. She hit it hard and she's experiencing it, and I'm proud of her. But you know, I'm the coach, brother, so I just keep on coaching. You know, I'm like, no, you need to do more, you need to do more, you need to do more. But me and her's got a big game plan coming up for Mistakes Outdoors. We're gonna have a full store with it, just because I got a lot more stuff happening with Mistakes, but and people are not gonna buy a lot of small ball podcast stuff, but I got you guys something coming, so I'm excited for the you guys to have something for Christmas.
Oh yeah, for sure.
There you go. Look,
well, as soon as I get it, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be.
You're gonna be repping. But look, no, me and you need to get together. I'm coming in Thursday. So what you got?
If anything, like I said, I'm trying to run between Louisiana to Pensacola, so I'm trying to stay in this little range here. So if I stay there, then I'll obviously be in town.
I'm in Thursday. We've got winter performance. I'll be in and out, but let's go hit some BP at the facility. Let's go do something while I'm there because
all right.
I'll be around until Friday, and then I'll probably leave.
Okay.
And then come back up here. But me and you need to get a game plan.
All right.
After the state championship.
All right. Yes, after the state championship. Go Tigers. We're gonna win this thing. Gonna knock Grenade off.
Hattiesburg for sure. Had a lot of boys I love from Hattiesburg. So
we'll see you at the Rock, Joe, on Saturday night, 7:00. Guys, come out and support the home team for sure.
You know
Copperville as well, Heidelberg, all those all those teams are in it. So Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, there's state championship games. So y'all come out and support. For Small Ball Podcast, I'm Charlie Rogers, Chancy Rogers, Joe Gray. This has been fun, man. We've gone and we've been all around the world tonight. It's been a good time. I appreciate you guys, and we will see you next week.
Later.